Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Omnifactory here on the Something Wong channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. And honestly, I'm always really bad at this. I don't even really know exactly where I left off last time, but I know that I've moved just about every machine up here. I mean, these probably aren't getting automated because I'm just switching over to MB tier entirely. Forget LB. It's not very applicable to me. I have some stuff that I'm tentatively working on, but you can see if I didn't do this last time, I opened up this area. It's kind of ugly right now, but it's going to be blast furnaces and multi-blocks and that kind of thing. And I've currently started using import-export buses to, in this case, we're doing copper on this one. I really thought, oh yeah, here we go. So we got aluminum going in. We got copper making annealed copper, at least I think that's, or no, not annealed copper. That's for red alloy, because red alloy uses redstone, which is why we have the little advanced fluid extractor here, also exporting redstone. So, yeah. Lots going on there. In here, I've expanded this room, made it even bigger than I think it was last time. I moved down our rubber setup, and now that is MB tier. Here's our electrolyzer setup, MB tier, right? So that's pretty much, like I said, all the processing chains, a lot of the machines you saw up there really are obsolete now. Some of them don't even have, they're not even on. So I'm not gonna destroy them till I really have a reason to. I don't feel like I do yet. And that being said, there's, so I want to work on lastly before, I know I've been just doing automation for a while now, but this is an important infrastructure part, because this is why I basically wanted to restart this pack in the first place, is because I didn't go through all this work of well, if we go back down to my room, right, in here, automating all of this, that was nowhere in the scope of what I thought would be possible, or the right way to do it before. And I mean, I think you can go about it whatever way you want, but some are just much more a way I'll find enjoyable, and that is doing it like this, than just, having to grind for every little thing, but being able to progress, I guess, maybe a little faster. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. That's what we're doing. Right now, we need to make these, we're going to work towards molecular assemblers, which you can see the recipe's been gregified, right? We got the aluminum plates, we got formation. So it's like the normal one, kind of, but then it's got an Ender IO crafter in the middle. As you know, we haven't really done much with Ender IO. We made some of these gears for thermodynamics, but yeah, this is going to be a thing that we need to do. So, compressed crafting tables, right? There's a lot that goes into this. Let us make a bunch of compressed crafting tables real quick. And that requires a bunch of wood, and then it's going to require something like that. Then a compressed crafting table is going to require something like that. So that's 7 of these, meaning 7 crafters worth. I think that'll be fine for a little while. And then I have a bunch of wood I just need to dump back in. Oops. Okay. Oh, we want to put the wood in. Cool. And my inventory's a mess right now. Please don't judge. I'm going to put these tanks down somewhere because I don't need them at the moment. These tanks are filled with good stuff. I mean, this one's liquid rubber. Since we automated that, I also have the fluid because, for the assembler and wrapping wires, right? We need that. This one's full of soldering alloy, which we're also producing infinite of now. And this one's producing, what's that stuff called? It's using the pyrolytic oven thing to make the, not creosote, but that other stuff. Anyway, this is the recipe we have now. I don't see why we shouldn't just make a bunch of these at once. So there's 16 of those. And then to get crafters, we need the industrial machine chassis from Ender IO, which is modified as well, which is an alloy smelter. It's honestly easier this way. I don't know that I want to turn all of them into that yet, so maybe we'll start with just 8. I think 8 is pretty reasonable. So, okay. Yeah, so that's going to be good in that regard, because we're going to need a bunch of gears still too. So as is, I may need to go get more grains of infinity, which would be no big deal. But let's start getting some iron gears in the meantime. Okay, good. We have our mold in there. We have fluid extractor here. Let's take some iron. And let me get this stuff compressing so it's not in my inventory, I guess. Yeah, so this is to make the bimetal gears, which you guys should remember from earlier, or if you're playing along, you know, iron gears plus grains of infinity, and then alloy smelter is the bimetal gears that we want. And we'll just get a whole stack's worth of iron going. I think that'll divide by 4, so we're going to have like 16 gears worth, which is, I think, the right amount. Let's put it in there. That's going to take quite a while. And I think I have an empty drum. I do, to move it. Oh shoot, I should have emptied that out while I could have. It's okay. I'll find a way to avoid it or use it at some point. Okay. Next, we have, along with making crafters, I have all the formation cores and annihilation cores. I crafted a bunch of those in bulk. Oh, item conduits. I think I have a good amount, but like, what is a good amount? 11 in my inventory. Maybe that's not a very good amount, come to think of it. Okay. So that's no trouble. That's just some more iron, and if we have some laying around, pulsating dust, which does not appear we do, but that's easy enough. Just come down here. Something like a batch of 15, I guess. Seems fine. And get similar amount of iron. All right, and if we come up here, come to the alloy smelter, that just finished. We can put that in there. And then once these go, we gotta put them through the wire mill and stuff. So let us throw our pieces into something like this, or we don't really need these recipes. Crafting table, bimetal, and crystals. What are those? Resonant redstone crystal thingies? Thought I knew I had some of those laying around. Shoot. I really don't know where this went. I may know I made some, but just in case, I'm gonna need more anyway going forward. So let's take like that many of these. We're gonna go need to get some redstone real quick. It multiplies by 9, right? Here, how many do I need? 24. I think that's the right amount. Oh, messed up the timing. All right. We're in the right position now. I'll go faster. There we go. Because I had some left over here. Also gonna need to let these run in the alloy smelter for a minute, so just gonna be waiting for this all to go. I get this turning into wire though. Be a little more efficient. Thankfully that recipe is very fast. Iron's moving along good here. I can get some of this turning into gears already. Okay. And there we go. And that's going to take a while. We're going to be constantly dumping them in, but that'll get us those little redstone resonating crystals. There's probably a better recipe by now, but I don't really know. Okay. That may be enough to make our first one here in a minute. Okay, and fill this one in. Oh, we're still missing the bimetal gears, right, which is why we were waiting for all this to finish, which it has almost done. In the meantime, though, that's going to keep going. Let us go get some more. Or how many grains do I have? Right, so not enough. I do need to go get more, but I think that's probably fine for what I'm going to do on camera anyway. All right, almost done with these. Okay, so there is the last of the gears are about to be started. For now, I'll take out like that many so we can start doing some of those. Okay. Uh-huh. And let's see, can I make a couple of these? Oh, not until I get these gears, which are pretty fast. All right, bam. That's our first Ender IO crafter anyway. This thing is pretty rad too because I think it needs power though is the only unfortunate. Yeah, it needs capacitors, it needs power. It needs like kind of a pain how much stuff it needs. So here's the thing. I haven't really decided what the best way to do this is. Also, oh sweet, it didn't teleport me. Right, because here's what I want to do. I've gotten most of the stuff I want automated enough to the point where we can almost automate like some pretty high tier circuits. Maybe, you know, these ones. Right, because like if I can autocraft things like transistors, like that's no problem. I can autocraft those. The resistors just require another assembler. Do these have a... They'll have an assembly recipe pretty soon. Like we could probably do that too if we just actually wanted to start going up the liquids chain, which honestly may be a good idea. But yeah, with how much this just seems way cheaper. So like that's how I'll be doing those, and that's just a couple machines. What else? Like these, right? Jeez, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, anyway, what I'm saying is I don't really know exactly how I want to go about that, but I do know autocrafting is going to be necessary, so maybe I'll rush the ME side of it, though, because that'll be quality of life for me a little bit more. Oops, let me... So since that is finished, we got to keep that going. Frees up some inventory space as well. Okay, so I was able to make 4 of these, which now have MBT, so they're not going to stack properly. Might as well, I think, turn them all into these. I don't think that's going to hurt. Now, what is the issue? Oh, quartz glass. Okay. We have that. That is 4 molecular assemblers, which does give us a lot of space for interfaces, though we can start with just 1-to-1. And if we're going to do that, we're going to need some robot arms. Just require a bunch of those, and that requires us to make some magnetic steel rods. Yeah, so things like the motors, too. I mean, if I could automate, like, have a chain dedicated to making the motors and stuff, like, that would be really nice. But, again, I don't really know how far I want to go with the whole processing chain automation. I understand, like, at some point, there is a point at which, like, you're making too many machines for too little benefit, and, like, I think I'll just have to gauge that by feeling more so than anything. Because at the moment, I feel like all this stuff is still beneficial to me more than not. I need aluminum rods. Oh no, I got gears. Okay, that's fine. Getting 8 gears. Probably needed some anyway. Yeah. Alright, as I was saying. So I don't really know what that point is. I know that I'll get there at some point, though. What more do we need? We still have a little bit of the copper wire. It's the jacketed copper wire that we need more of. So let's just go get all around more of it. 3. And a stack of those to wrap some with. Yeah, so that's kind of where, like, I'm at. Like I said, I don't know how much of what I'm going to automate necessarily, but I do know as much as possible, really. It just would be better. These are supposed to be turned into the doubles like that, since I would otherwise run out of those too. Okay, and now, wow, spooky. 4. I can't make a 4th. Why is that? Oh, the aluminum plates now are my issue. All right, there's 4 of these. I went through all that so I can make interfaces over here. Ooh, that's going to require some more hulls, isn't it? Which is require a wrench, which is why I don't have more right now, because mine's broken. What are we missing in this case? Aluminum? Yeah. We'll borrow some from here. Like I said, I restock all these as much as I can off camera anyway, so I'm not too worried about taking those. Oh, and then see, we're going to need a crafting CPU before we can progress too much farther in that regard too. So I've been thinking, I think this one over here is going to be kind of like an ME room for the most part. Like I've already set up, this is something else I did off camera that I forgot to show. So I'm getting these ready so that's one of the reasons I want to automate circuits, is because if I automate circuits, right, and I could just constantly have some of these streaming in, they'll get picked up and they'll get put into these inscribers, which will constantly be making, like I'll just be extracting all the stuff to make the ME pieces like all the time. So those won't be crafted on demand. I'll have a stock of them, which is cool. That kind of stuff. Just I'm a big fan of. I'm looking forward to that. And I don't really know that we need to like. Well, I guess they could be on this side. I feel like I'm just trying to think. I don't really want to show the molecular assemblers necessarily, like if I don't have to, but I don't think they'd look that good. Question just becomes like, how do I want to do it, I guess? Yeah, maybe something like that. So 4. And put the interfaces down here. And then connect. Sweet, so those are getting power now. Like I said, we still need a crafting CPU for these to be like any use to us, but we'll work on that. Come over here, get something. So let us maybe take a crack at that. I was thinking about doing some tier 3 circuits today, but maybe some true auto crafting is just kind of where it feels natural to go. And maybe I won't feel that way after I look at how hard this is going to be to make. Crafting, I think these may require the higher tier. Okay, so some of these, which we may even have, so I'll save that. Processing unit. I don't know what that thing's called. Unit. Okay, that's kind of what I thought it was. So that recipe hasn't changed. And lastly, crafting storage. Oh, so that requires higher tier circuit. That's fine. We don't need to go up to 16Z yet. When we can later just upgrade. Okay, save that recipe. Oops. Right, so we can do those. That's no problem. And then lastly, we need to think about... I may make some of these anyway, to be honest, but... Oh, I don't really want to get rid of my axe. I kind of wanted to throw out this aluminum. So maybe we'll make some of these tier 3 circuits, like just a couple today. Which is an assembler recipe. I think it can happen in this lower tier assembler though. Yeah, it doesn't use much power. So let's just start getting some of the stuff we need in there to do that. For dividing by 4... Okay, so that's an even number divided by 4 of some kind. And then I'm going to put some of this stuff away right now that I believe we don't need. So we're going to need aluminum plates out of 2 1/2, so like 10 aluminum plates. Okay. And I'll just arrange it the way they have it here. Okay, it does want capacitors. Good to know. It wants integrated circuits and fine electrum wires. So that's the only thing don't have quite yet, but is easy enough. Maybe 8 to start with? Probably be enough. I don't know. For how few we're doing. So that's going to get turned into electrum wire. And then integrated circuits. I think I brought those down and put them in the ME system. That kind of makes sense. Okay, that's RAM, meaning, yeah, here they are. So like 2 of those per or something, meaning this is plenty. Oop. Those will go there, and electrum wire. Run through one more time. And try to just keep some of these other things I'm just having go in the background that are kind of just materials I need for everything. So much electrum wire we need. Okay, so this will be enough electrum for 4 circuits, meaning I think we're fine, but I think we have enough for 5, meaning do need just a hair more electrum. But once we have 2, that should be enough to do kind of what I want. Wow, that's a lot of quests coming in. Alright, thank you. I'll take my nickel, my measly nickel for that. So yeah, we got that done. Now it's telling us all the stuff we can make with it. But we care about auto crafting this way, I suppose. Put this away. Okay, what I was waiting on over here. And what did I say I needed these things for anyway? I don't honestly remember. Let's go make some of the crafting units, though, if we can. Cool. That's called a logic. Yeah, see, so we don't have any of the logic ones, meaning we need to take some gold. Jeez. Let's just take a half stack. See, I think it's even set up already, yeah, with the filters and stuff, meaning I could tell it to do something like that. Right? Yeah, so that's going to extract, it's going to put them in this one. Yeah, it's going to keep it stocked. These should be getting... Oh, see, so I do have it set to extract. What do I have inserting in here? Oh, see, I didn't add it to that filter. Oh, because it's supposed to be doing it here. This is where I made a mistake. These need to insert. Okay. And with that, those are going. If we actually had these exporting, they would be there. And I think I'm comfortable putting the silicon ones in there, but I don't think I have silicon plates. Do I? Yeah, no, I have the rubber ones, and I have silicon. Which is fine, because I can come use this. But anyway, I'll like I said, I'll fill that little small automation in off camera, since it's just literally an electric furnace and then a compressor. And we'll have those automated, as many as we could want. Something... It's almost fast enough for us. There we go. That's 32. That's enough for me now. I'm just going to let these run. What do we got over here? And we have enough for one more array, which is, these end up turning out to be quite a lot. I didn't think I could make 4 of them, but it was very expensive to do that, so. definitely looking forward to when it's more automated. And there we go. So we need a bunch of red plates. Like, I think that's fine. That should make enough 1Ks to be useful. And then we need a lot of glass, like a lot of glass. And we need more circuits, like a lot of circuits. Oh boy, I don't think I realized quite how many circuits we needed. Okay. Make these manually for perhaps one of the last times. Really hoping not to have to make more of these low tier circuits on camera again. But let me finish the last of these high tier ones so that I can do exactly that. Yeah, because I did not get the number of low tier circuits we would need to make all the processors to go as far into the auto crafting as I want, because I didn't really even know I'd be going there this episode. So to fill what we can in, glass, which is over here. Okay, there's the glass in. And yeah, just keep giving me these. What are we missing? Soldering alloy. That would do it. Let's grab this drum. There we go. So it won't take too long to wait on the rest of those to be made. Except we're gonna run out of that stuff, so make some more resistors. See, like I've gotten pretty efficient at like making the different circuits. Like I'm always know what items I need to pump in and out and drop items around my room to make this efficient. But that being said, I still don't like having to do it at all. So that would be quite nice when I won't have to anymore. And I know I could go grab some of the ones down below too, the circuits. I kind of just was like, well, I'll make more since I'm gonna have to anyway. But that being said, I will stick some more of those in there. Okay, you're still just pumping out these guys. You are not inserting. Oh, I see, because this should be on round robin. Sweet, that's gonna squeak out some of those for us. Okay, that's all the 16s, or I mean, that's all the 1s. I don't even know if I have enough of these now, but that's fine because I can upgrade some of these. So if I stick those in and some transistors, which, oh, I was making more transistors a while ago. I could be out. Oof. So it wasn't smart to turn all these into those, but because now I'm going to be one shy of a 16, unfortunately. Something like that. Gold and then more glass. Gold. Oh, we need those gold things. The glass is what I was here for. Come over to these processors. And cry because we're one shy, which we can fix how? By making the transistors. So we're pretty close on the transistor front. Like, here, there's that. I think we have everything we need, really, to make those. We need the rubber, which, okay, I do still have some here. I was gonna say, I think that one still produces. It's just, I have two now that basically are making rubber, which is kind of useless. And then lastly, transistors. Actually, come to think of it, this could be holy. Yeah, I thought that was the wrong recipe. We need aluminum foil. Let's go get a stack of aluminum plate things. Or even, like... Okay. That many. Why do I have so much tin alloy? Jeez. Oh, good. This is a much faster recipe than this stupid tin alloy one as well. That's going to fly along and save the day. And while we're at it, let's go get some more copper wire. Need to empty out our inventory. Like another level. Okay, what was I down here for? It was... I know I need some fine silver wire. That's a must. What else? I know as soon as I go back up here I'll remember, but... Ah, copper wire. Yep, fine copper wire. What did I say? Okay, and some of this gives us a whole... I had some in my inventory. Are you serious? Am I that blind? Guess so. It's gonna make a few more of these. Okay, nope, it didn't. Oh yeah, because it was out of resistors then. And now it's making the second tier, or tier 2 circuit, which is what we wanted. Can throw away this one piece of that. Pretty much throw all that away. It's not 16 of this isn't going to be too useful to us. We can get ready for when we're going to make more capacitors. The old-fashioned way for now still. I do realize I put those in there, knowing I'd still need to finish this recipe. Monkey brain. Actually, that's probably kind of offensive to monkeys. Actually, I should take that back. And lastly, 16K cell, 16K. Which is going to require some of those diamond ones. We only need one right now. There it is. So it's going to require the diamond thing, and what else? Just do it. Thank you. Now let's make some of those other unit things that we were interested in. Some of these. 2, 3, 4 or so. That's pretty good to have 4 of those, because now we can make one of these, right? We can make... what else can we make? I want to make a storage one, but we can make the co-processing one, right? So that was something I was thinking about. And if we go place this over here, my idea was that these would be on this side for us. Trying to make sure I get it in the right spot. Oh, so that's the coprocessor. Actually, we don't really want that piece there. Or do we? Because do we want it one up? I feel like that's kind of been the thing, is like you look at the floor to know what's crafting. So maybe something like that. And then we'll have like 2 coming off the front basically. And we'll run our ME cable all the way across. Which means I have to go actually grab the ME cable. And with that, okay, that's connected, meaning auto crafting essentially should be a thing. We just need the patterns though, meaning there's still like a bit of work. I think this video is probably already way too long and that I don't have time, but actually I do think that's fine to have both those there. It definitely doesn't do any harm, so I'll leave it. Throw these away. Okay. But with that, crafting status, like we can, how much does, a pattern, so the patterns require polyethylene and stuff though, don't they? Yeah, so see, that's why I guess we are stuck. Like, crafting all these really didn't matter that much. Not a good move. I can't use them to make some MB assemblers though, which I think I was gonna do anyway. So it's not all harm there. But, yeah, it's going to be, I think I want to, so tough, so tough. See what I'm saying? Like, we're in this weird point with automation where this is the way I have to do it, even if I really wanted to do the whole patterns thing. Like, that's quite a lot of crafts out for me. But I'll get the polyethylene set up next episode. Maybe I'll record myself doing a chain for that. It may go in a different room because it's like fluids and stuff, and the chain will be way more complicated than these. I've been able to somehow squeak these into like these very linear, nice looking dealios, but I don't think the same thing's going to happen with the other stuff. So, yeah, that being said, my name's Somting Wong. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, so you can get notified every few days when I make one of these. They're becoming a little more infrequent, but they're like at most a couple days for a few days because that's how often I like to upload and is reasonable with like school and just how much progress I have to make in this pack. But anyway, yeah, I'm rambling. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.